Alright. See how we do this time. So you're convinced, I don't know, I was convinced like that those guns will keep coming forever.
No, that was what was doing damage to it 100%.
But can you imagine that, like, playing one player now?
Oh, yeah. Like all of them shooting at you the whole time.
And I swear it's the same game, just with 2 people.
We might not die the whole time this time.
Yeah. See, we still have 1 more beer to finish. So.
We can pause it right now. I can grab 1 more. If that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll leave the key.
Yeah, I got this too, actually.
Train hype all night long.
Oh, it's such a nice, like, summer night right now.
I know. I was just thinking, for some reason I thought it was 6, but it's only 5. That's awesome. And also, I don't have anything to do tomorrow. I just sleep.
Yeah, sleep the whole freaking... You can sleep here all night. If you need to spend another night here, you're welcome to as well.
That would be cool. I do have... But, yeah, I don't know. I was supposed to go to that Tigers game Sunday with my mom, so I'll probably... I'll go home at some point tomorrow.
But yeah, no pressure on our side at least.
Did we... Here, wait.
Switch controllers. Pro strats.
That's not right.
Okay, gotta restart that.
Train height.
He's still listening for the train.
Just hears the train.
This is hardcore. But this was a great stream. Like, going through both Turtle games is insane.
Yeah, both Turtle games.
A freaking killing in Joe and Mac. I'm so pissed about that.
Joe and Mac and Monsters in My Pocket.
Yeah, just going through 4 long games.
You finished Monsters in My Pocket. What was that? One of the games.
2, not sure.
Died. Oh yeah, and you just 2. Yeah.
But no, it was all good. We did it good.
Yeah.
Like, those are games that some people have never beat. And this is the first time I ever went through Ninja Turtles 3, so it was awesome.
Yeah, I definitely never seen Ninja Turtles 3. Or if I had, maybe we had used cheat codes or something. It's like, seriously.
The game's hardcore.
I remember, like, the first half of it so intimately. And up until, like, that street level where, like, all the street starts falling apart and shit. And beyond that, I just don't really remember anything. So I don't think I'd ever gotten further than that.
Well, now I'm like super excited to play Turtles in time. I wish we could figure out a good SNES emulator like the one you mentioned or whatever.
Yeah, I mean that one's sweet, but we wouldn't be able to. It doesn't have like online shit, I don't think. But I mean, like ZSNES. I mean, who cares? We could play or ZSNES or SNES 9X or the other 2 real good ones.
Yeah, I gotta read about which ones play online that are legit, because like there's a couple that are like banned.
Oh really?
And so like the ones that are like banned as in like respected. So I do want to look into that. I do have SNES 9X. But
yeah, I mean, I've used both of them, and neither of them are like, I don't think too bad or anything. Like I said, I know that Hygan one is like, I read this whole fucking article about how it's like super, like 100% emulates an actual SNES. Like it's everything that an SNES is.
That's awesome.
Just on computer, but it actually takes like semi-good computers to even run it somehow. But
yeah, it's true, Rancho.
no, that never happened.
What's Russian Attack? We didn't know you talked about.
I never heard of that game.
But yeah, imagine it'd be so nice to be playing that game with you while I'm here.
Yeah, no, it's such a good game. I haven't played it forever.
And then yeah, we just Skype too or something. It's actually easy, like if you decide, like if we do start playing games.
I just need to get a small webcam or something, because I would like to stream a couple of the computer games I've been playing, like Faster Than Light and Rogue Legacy. A lot of people stream those, and I'm pretty decent at both those.
Well, yeah, like I've been like not doing the webcam as much, and like they'll like I don't know, I feel stupid almost using it. Because now I realize like there are people who just don't use one ever.
Oh really?
So yeah, it's pretty like normal. Like sometimes I'm like envious, like oh man, I should never use that. Because yeah, then I feel like lame. I sometimes feel lame for even having one nowadays.
I don't know, all the ones I've ever watched.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I thought like you had to, like that's pointless if you don't. But and like for me, yeah, I do find it more interactive. But like yeah, I found out recently like that can seem lame. Like oh, you think we need to look at you to play? But you know, it'd still be cool for you to get a webcam. For me at least, because yeah, for me it feels like I'm hanging out with you.
At least for Skype.
It's Jack, you download streaming. But we're doing it. You're hardcore, Rantron, just watching us play through 50 games.
Or at least listening.
Mm-hmm. Or at least having your iPhone on, like in another room.
Hearing the trains.
But yeah, I feel like where I live now is just like an alternate universe, so I don't know. But for me, it's nice because I like, not having to drive too far. Though where you lived was the perfect spot,
I mean,
actually.
being in Waterville is like an alternate universe to the world.
Yeah.
Living in Toledo, where I lived, I felt like that's a part of the world. And in Waterville, I certainly don't. But I like it also.
Mm-hmm. I like it's just insanely peaceful. Like.
But man, I didn't tell you about. There's this, like, a couple months ago, we had this situation where my sister was home alone, and she was taking a shower.
Oh, you told me about that.
Oh, didn't I tell you? And somebody came into the house, and like I had to drive. Like I drove over there in a frenzy, and the police came, and they thought it was nothing, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's probably the neighbor kid," and I was like, "What?" Like, the only neighbor kid I knew of was like this 5-year-old kid. I'm like, no 5-year-old kid's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, now I moved back. The one day, like I don't know, it was like a week ago or something, was there, and my brother pointed out, he was like, who's that kid across the street there? He's like, there's some kid with like his shirt off over there, like just like staring across the street, like at our house. I was like, what? And I look out, and there's this kid like across the street, neighbors. It's always been some really old lady living there. And, but apparently it's not anymore. It's just like, then this kid's just like staring into my window over there, and he's just like got, I don't know, just a weird guy with his shirt off.
It was probably him.
Well, I mean, I didn't even begin to think that at that point. But anyways, so then a couple of days ago, or Thursday or Wednesday or something, I just got home from work, and I hear like someone playing a trumpet or something, and I look outside, and the kid's like standing in front of the tree in front of his house, looking at our house, just playing a trumpet, like with his shirt off, just playing this trumpet, like kind of walking around, and he sees me looking at him, and then he bolts inside and goes inside the house.
That sounds like one of those like autistic kids or whatever.
Yeah, and he might be, and I would like to talk to him because I would love to be a friend of his or something, you know. I'm not trying to just be like, oh, what a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
It's probably soft.
Yeah, and that took to totally be it, but at the same time, it did freak me out a little bit, and then later that night, well, it didn't even freak me out then, and it wasn't until after that I started to think about that, and then at like 11:45 or like midnight that night, I was like just laying down to go to sleep, and I had my window open because it was hot. This was last night, and I hear a trumpet, and I look outside, and he's just played the trumpet for a second, and he's staring in the window, and like, and
it's so weird.
He sees me, and he just runs inside. Yeah, and so now I'm like, I'm not creeped out like I was for a second. I'm like, get a hold of yourself, like you're a fucking adult. Like he's just this kid, you know. I mean, he's probably like 15 or 18 or something. I don't know, but like I said, it's like super surreal. Like it's weird. Like it's like some type of shit I'd watch or something. You know.
I'll tell you, I worked with a kid at the school a couple of years ago. Up here.
The one.
Some autistic kid.
Yeah. Were you?
Sounds just like him.
Really?
But yeah, he's like he seems like a stalker almost.
Yeah. Well, that's what creeps me out the most. Like now, putting all together, I'm like, if that is the guy that came into our house, like that worries me.
Yeah, screw him.
Yeah, like. But I'm hoping it's not, and it's just like he's autistic, or maybe it's just weird as shit.
Yeah. Well, if they're autistic, it doesn't come right.
You're right, but still, I mean, but still, definitely talk to him then, and like I'm just like the one night I heard someone outside before I saw any of this, like the first night I was home alone on a Saturday by myself there, you know, like my instinct was to go outside and be like, because it's Waterville.
You're like, hey,
who the fuck? Like I assume it's some kid or something.
Yeah.
And now that like I think that, I don't know. I just want to be like, hey, what's up? Like, what's your name? Like, what are you doing? Like, what's your story? You know? Maybe it's a ghost. Dude, I had that thought too. I'm feeling like I'm gonna explain this to someone like my mom or someone else that lives there, and
it's like, well, you need to get help.
She's like, there's no one's lived across the street for 3 years, you know, or something like that. Or, like, oh, you didn't hear that trumpet last night? No, I didn't hear any trumpet. What are you talking about?
You're not alive, you know that? You're seeing dead people again.
Sixth Sense shit or something. I seriously thought that. I'm like, if I explain this to you.
A trumpet, like, I don't know, something about, like, weird things happening with someone playing a musical instrument's always scary as hell.
Yeah, it just adds an level of creepiness, I think.
I got a weird story, too, then. What is it? Okay, so my brother and sister were gone. It was like I was in 8th grade or something. And my brother and sister were gone at some summer camp, Christian thing. And I'm laying in bed. My mom works. My dad's who knows where. And I hear a harmonica playing. And I'm spooked. And I freeze on my bed. Like, just like, what the heck? There's a harmonica going on in the room next to me right now. Hours later, this family who drops my brother and sister off after not seeing them for like a week, they have a little kid with them playing with a harmonica. Hours later.
Really? That is crazy.
I don't understand that. And that's all there is to the story. But it's just weird that, like, before that I froze, convinced that in the next room next to me someone's playing harmonica while no one's home. Hours later, little kid comes over with a harmonica, who, there's no reason, he's from Michigan. They picked up my brother and sister. And what was scary is that the harmonica sound made me freeze so badly.
Yeah.
But there's something scary about harmonicas.
Yeah, they're creepy. Tell you what, there's something creepy about just a trumpet. I don't know.
Yeah, the trumpet's pretty creepy.
Especially like in Waterville, like I would imagine all neighbors would have heard it, or somebody would have called the cops or something.
Yeah.
You know, any disturbance in the quiet little town of Waterville. But apparently no one else must have heard it, and no one else has an idea, and that's where I first got the idea in my head, like it's probably a ghost. Probably a ghost.
Oh, dude, that was crazy the night that me, Greg, and Curtis, and Steve hung out at your house that night, and we, like, Greg decided to randomly ding-dong ditch someone's house.
I ran ahead purposefully and ran home. You remember when that happened, I ran to my mom's house and left all you guys behind.
And we were fine, but then like 2 hours later after we left your house, the guy was walking around still looking for us.
He's obsessed with his lawn. He's out there all day. He's retired. All he does and all he cares about is his lawn. And Greg walked on his lawn and ding-dong ditched him. He was the wrong person to do that.
We all ran in 3 different directions. Like me, Greg, or no, it was me, Steve, and Chris ran in 3 different directions. Greg just kept walking and got busted and knocked out Curtis. And then called me for like 3 days straight while I moved up here. About like, dude, I don't know, man, I think the cops are on to us. He's like, we're not on to anything. There's nothing to be on to.
It was pretty much nothing.
It's like you rang a doorbell. So he called the police station, like, did you get a phone call about someone ding-dong dishing? And like,
Curtis did?
No, Greg.
Oh.
He's having breakdowns over the whole thing. You got hot behind this wall. Hang out with me, man.
They took out a lot of walls.
It's a boss level. I still don't understand this.
Oh no, yeah, it's wherever the hole's at. Or it's the blue truck. I can't decide.
I'm convinced it's season. Or a mix of both. Bias trucks.
I don't know if we're doing any better than last time.
I don't know, yeah. It's so hard working.
Really, all that matters is that we know the strategy now for the last boss.
I still don't trust that strategy though.
Trust me.
What is that? I'm so confused. Oh, okay. So the enemy's life is going down each time I knock down one of these.
So that's are you shooting the circles?
I don't know what it is. I'm shooting the mix.
Because at the same time I'm shooting the blue thing.
So, how many game overs do you think we've had?
In this game?
Yeah, if any. I don't remember.
I've had one or two. Yeah. But I remember it played out the same way last time. These last levels you can destroy all their base areas, even this tree I'm pretty sure. It's fucked up that it takes a single shot from one of these guys to take down a wall.
Yeah. Save the church.
Oh no, the church is going down.
It's funny he memorized where the church is. He's really focusing tonight.
Boom. No more church.
Makes me feel less guilty not going to church if there is no church.
No more nothing, exactly.
Kill the great guys.
I realized at some point recently that you can shoot the grenades at those planes drop. Did you know that?
Shoot the grenades at the planes?
The planes that fly over and drop grenades down.
Oh, wow.
You can shoot them while they're falling. Those ones.
But they're so quick.
Yeah, but if you're planning for it. Okay.
I love that sound. Really motivating.
Oh, I got time grenades.
Shut down the saloon.
The mosque, gone.
Twin Towers, gone. You ever go to Mad Anthony's in the middle of the day?
Like a year or two ago, me and my brother did. But I mean, I think it was on like a Saturday.
Yeah, Mad Anthony's is such a weird experience.
It's
I got
a depressing place.
Yeah, it is. I love the songs. It's just like, it's just so weird to have hear a different song by that point.
Always seeing Jared Stormer there, or
Yeah.
or whichever one that Nate's.
Yeah, that's Jared. It's Jared.
No, it's not Jared, is it? No, Jared Stormer was in your grade.
Oh, you named Jared Lurch.
thinking of the oldest Lurch. Is that Jerry Lurch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Always seen him there. He's always there. Or he was. I don't know, last time he was there.
Yeah, he was always there on my last experience there.
I have a feeling I'll find myself there every once in a while now that I'm back in Waterville. I haven't yet since I've been back.
So depressing for me. I mean, I was there a lot.
I know. That's why I'm hoping this drug test over soon. I'd rather be getting high at home by myself than end up there with people I don't particularly enjoy, I guess.
Yeah, that place is just depressing. It's usually just like 70-year-old moms going to the left, to
Save
the
this
left.
shit more ghost stories. I think. Well, the best ghost story I have is fuck. Jesus. It's too hot right now. There's too much action for ghost stories. Oh shit, I took down that wall.
Unsolved mysteries, man. This is scary shit. We just watched like some unsolved mysteries and streamed the shit out for him. That was weird. I figured out the guitar to that.
But no, what's the Colombian house?
Oh yeah.
I've probably told you about when, like, me and my best friend, when I was like in second grade or first grade, he's moved away like years after that. But we were supposed to take a tour of the Colombian, or like we were going somewhere past the Colombian house. I just left out because I died right there. Tour like right past the Colombian house, and we walked past it. This is when we were still at the old Waterville school. And we walked past it, and this lady walked by me and my friend wearing like a Victorian era dress, and like this really, like, it just, we both noticed it, like this emerald necklace. And she was like, "How do you do?" or something when she walked past us. And for some reason, there was just something so strange about it. And we were at like the end of the line of the tour, like just, you know, a class just walking somewhere. And we both looked at each other like, that was really weird. And we looked back, and she was just gone. And there was just no way that she had gone anywhere,
Yeah.
like, in any door or anything by then. Like, it was more like, and both of us were just like, oh my god, because it was right in front of Colombian House. It was the creepiest thing, dude. We were both creeped out forever. It was like all we talked about.
Well, I used to live on the Colombian House Road, like 4 houses down, so we'd always stare in there at 4 in the morning.
Oh yeah.
It'd be so scary.
You ever see anything creepy?
We always imagine something.
Oh,
We
yeah.
run for it.
I'm sure if you looked at it all the time, you'd probably see some stuff.
I worked there for like a week,
Oh really?
just as a dishwasher.
My mom worked there when, like, obviously a long fucking time ago. She was a waitress.
Supposedly that show, like, it was in the newspaper that was in Unsolved Mysteries, and I wonder if it was an actual episode.
Really? Like a murder there or something?
Well, yeah, there's some story about some guy looking in a mirror and a ghost being in his background.
I don't know, I just always remember hearing about like the rocking chair in the basement that was always rocking, you
Yeah.
know, typical ghost shit.
But yeah,
This is it, take down the battlements.
I'm still interested.
Seriously. Every time you take one down, damage. Yep, it's working so far.
You got 4 grenades, by the way. Hopefully we have some more continues. Or streets.
I don't think I do. Oh my god!
Keep rolling.
It's definitely the way to take it down now.
Yeah, you're right.
And you're not invincible when you roll.
No, you just gotta roll left and right. That's why I broke my controller doing this.
Oh, I did have a continue.
Yes.
Oh, we got this shit for sure.
From the
story.
Good work, soldier. We commend you for your bravery and halting the armed forces of the terrorists. Return to headquarters. Next mission awaits you. So it's like, it's on the game, hey, this is the story. Your next mission awaits. So is there a Cabal 2 or something?
Start